Hi everyone, I'm recording this after I've recorded the English patch video, so this might be uploaded afterwards anyway. Since I haven't done a lot of videos on the mobile Wonderland online before, I thought I would do my daily quests now and pretty much go through that. Although I've been playing since the game really came out 2 years ago, 3 years ago actually, in 2017, I have to say I do not have very great characters. I have taken a lot of breaks, but either way they are decent enough to do the daily stuff, so I'll just jump right into it. So when I usually log in, I just claim all of my gifts. I also go into my daily sign-in, which I seem to have missed quite a lot already this month on most of my characters. Luckily, because I have a few green gems on most of them, I will be able to claim extra days, but not on all of them to catch up, unfortunately. So this will have to do. And then what I usually do is I just go straight into the PK, which is the daily PvP. I usually aim to go against 1, 2 or maximum 3 people, because when they're 4 it takes an awful long time and I really lose my patience quickly. So I just try to leave all the fights until I get 1 or 2 people to go up against, basically. And I should probably open it on these. Well, 3 is not bad, and if I quickly judge how good their characters look, I sometimes go for it, sometimes I don't. So based on these, I guess I should go ahead. Okay, so with this one, just quickly do that, or here do that. And now hope I don't die and that the team I was paired with actually does something good. The higher the character is, the higher opponents you will have, obviously. And it gets a bit harder for me because I don't actually spend crazy amounts of money or time in the game to get to the level in the amount of stuff they have. Well, I won on one character, which is great. The other, not so great. And probably will win on my second character. Oh, and I was already paired with another one here. I'll probably leave most of these fights on fast forward, because it's literally the same thing over and over again until you win. So I finished with one of them already, because I've already done some of the stuff earlier today. I've done all 3 fights while I was recording the English patch video. so I'll just focus on the rest. In total, I actually have 7 accounts, from which 5 in total are reborn and 3 others are just smaller accounts. Sometimes when I see flashy characters, I tend to leave the fight because I automatically assume they are way too great for me to even try. So I finished the 3rd one on that account as well, and oh, it seems on this one too. I was a bit focused looking at this one, I think. I will also show you my characters set up afterwards. They're not very great, but they're decent, I guess. Okay, so time to open the chests. So on the first one I got some capsules for experience. Unfortunately, once you hit reborn, you can't use these capsules anymore because the maximum level is 99 for some reason. That was supposed to say max instead of minimum level. Either way, so this is the first character setup. I guess it's a pretty good character. Potential pill 10. And this one is pretty easy to get potential pills because you get them from daily PvP and a lot of daily quests and stuff. So once you hit 10, you should be absolutely great. Then that would be my pet, and in this version there is a different friendship brooch, which is like a heart brooch instead, and it's actually a bit better than the normal friendship brooch because it gives 120% extra attack and mana attack for the pet. Now if I move on to the next account and I get all my stuff from the chests. Okay, it turns out that my inventory is pretty full and they might have to give me the rest of the stuff after the maintenance. So if you run out of space, and they were giving you stuff when you run out of space, they will send you the stuff after every night's maintenance, which is great. Oh yes, on this one I basically have this super rare pet, which we never had in the English version. I thought it was a joke the first time I've seen her, because I'm pretty sure she used to be a recharge bonus. So if you were recharging to a specific amount of green gems, so item mole points, you would have gotten her. And I'm pretty sure that's how most of the people were getting her in the beginning. But then they added her to the weekly item mole gift bags at some point. So every week on Wednesday, this section in the item mole changes these packs. And some of these packs can include item mole versions of 4 pets, which are Angela, Eva, Frederico, and Rocca. They usually have different looking hair and clothes. So this week they are offering the dark Frederico basically, which is Fred's I am alternative version. And basically the way you can get it is if you buy a lot of these packs and you open them, and if you get this exchange card, you can exchange it for the pet or the pet's rebirth pill, because they do have reborn as well. And basically Snow Girl, the blue dressed lady, is also an I am pet sometimes. So if she is in these packs, then lucky for you. I think at the beginning of January she was given in one of the packs, but they didn't give her away with her rebirth pill. So a lot of people got her easily, because I got 4 of them out of 7 accounts. No, 3 out of 7 accounts got her, I think. But either way, the point that I have it is better than nothing. And well, they gave her again at the beginning of February or the end of January, I think. Or maybe it was before Christmas she was given first when I caught her in the pack. Either way, when they gave her again, it was a lot harder to actually drop because she was in that exchange pack where you had the rebirth pill or the pet. So it was pretty hard. I dropped a lot of green gems for her on one of the accounts and I didn't get anything. Unfortunate for me, but I'm happy I still have her on some of them because I have to say she's the most beautiful pet I've ever seen. I'm not sure how worth it is actually leveling her because I wouldn't say she's all that great unless you actually do take care and you do clean her stats with pet scrolls, pet leather scrolls, and you do improve her potential thing. But either way, more than happy the way it is at the moment. Plus I got her pretty late because I already had my Rocca, a high level rebirth with all the cool stats she has, and I didn't want to get bothered too much with leveling another pet. So that would be the second character with Rocca as well. She's not very far off from my actual main. Again, the heart brooch is the best to use. Heart brooches usually come up in the hot page of the item mall, usually on this last line, and it costs 300 gems. Then again, the actual friendship brooch costs 300 gems as well. So honestly, if you wait until the heart brooch shows up here, do go for it rather than the friendship one because it's a lot better. This also resets every day, so every day you'll see something different in here. Oh, and actually on the map I see someone with Snow Girl, and by the fact that she has pink hair I can tell she's rebirth or reborn or whatever. Her reborn version just changes the hair color from white to pink. I would have preferred it if there was something else happening rather than that, but oh well. Now on... oh, she actually moved. I could see her a bit better from the front. Anyway, going back to this one, I'm also almost running out of space, so I'll just get rid of the capsules as I can't use them anyway. I don't really use ship vouchers because the infinite teleport scroll works wonders. Basically, if you have visited one of these places on the map before, it gets registered in here and you can access them anytime you want. So now on this account I also have Snow Girl and also another Rocca because honestly when I started playing the game, the first and easiest pet I could go for that I knew that had reborn was basically Rocca. So I tried to get her on every single account unless I had a better option of pet. She's not that far off either, although I do have her a lower level of course. I am not entirely happy with her points for some reason, but that might just be because of the level and because I'm completely biased by my two strongest Roccas on my two main accounts, of course. But she'll get there one day. And basically that's the character here. Either way, I will move on to the next one. Oh, I did claim those. I will use this, and I can probably get rid of the capsules because I can't use them anyway. Now I have this little cute penguin thing which is supposedly giving me HP and speed, and honestly I will never get rid of it because it's too adorable. So that would be the character there. And on this one I actually have the Dark Frederico, so the item mall version of Frederico. I did get him a very long time ago, so he's level 49 reborn, and honestly I love his stats. He is such a good pet, and the item mall versions of these pets in IM are actually very strong, so if you do have the chance to go for them, do that. nothing interesting in the mall at the moment for either of the characters. Plus I don't actually have any green gems, so that's not very great. Now usually if I don't have a lot of time, I only log in to do those daily PvPs, or sometimes I just log in to get my daily prizes and the sign-in thing, because otherwise I don't see much point. But when I do log in and I have a lot more time to spend around, I actually do the other daily events as well. I don't think I'll be able to do it with this character, with my main one, because I'm lacking something. Oh no, actually I'll be able to do it once on all of the accounts, at least. Quite an exciting thing is actually the new daily Octopus event. Now, we never had this in the English version, and I'm not sure if they have it on the actual Chinese Wonderland, because there was a Chinese version before the English one came out and separate from this Chinese mobile one. But the way it works is while you're training, you have a chance of having these keys dropped. I used to throw them out all the time because I wasn't strong enough to do the quest on my own. So now that I'm able to do this daily octopus event by myself, I do go and do it when I do have the time and when I do have the keys, because I don't actually train a lot unless it's a double experience or unless I just want to hit the next level quickly and that kind of stuff. So you do get these keys dropped from any monsters, I think. As long as you are 19 levels above them, I think. And you can do the daily Octopus Quest 3 times a day on all of your accounts. But each time you do it, it takes 5 blue keys, which is a pain, because at the moment I have just enough to do it once, and probably all 3 times on this account. So the way you go to the octopus event, you go in events, and I think it's either this one or the bottom one, but I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, it's not that one. Okay, so it is the bottom one, which says it's basically available 24 hours a day. And then I just go to teleport to the activity site. You then get teleported to this cave, in which you have a quest for this new pet, which does not have a reborn, and I think most of people call him Zorro. It's quite a complicated quest, I guess. I haven't actually done much, or I can't even remember, and supposedly on this account I could do the last fight, but the Octopus Quest is related because you get these items, which I think I have on this one. So you get these things from the daily Octopus Quest. It's one of the rewards, well, one of the potential rewards. And if you gather 30 of these, once you've done this fight over here, you trade him those 30 silver boats, and then he becomes your pet. Supposedly he's a good pet and all that, but because he doesn't have reborn, I don't know. I don't think I would bother too much with him, unless he does get his own reborn. Either way, I'm going to teleport all the characters over here, because it is quite a complicated quest, I guess, and I prefer to have all 4 accounts for this. I actually usually just put them on the remote, so they automatically fight, and I just do certain things with one of the accounts. It will make a bit more sense in a minute. So then I join my own team. Oh sweet, I can finally see which button is to join the team, because I was always just pressing all over the place. And I'll join with this one as well. And now what I'll do is I'll go and turn on the remote control, which should already be set to what I was doing last time, because I think the last time I used it was during one of the quests. So yeah, that should look about right. And then for the water, that looks just right. I'll have a quick check, although I should have seen it earlier, if my pets have 100 friendly or amity, because if they don't, then the heart brooch doesn't work, so they won't get those stats doubled. And over there, great. Okay, so as I said, to start the quest you get teleported here. You do need the keys to enter, of course, so then you just click on the door little panel thing, the keyhole, and then you go in. And I do most of this automatic because I kind of figured a quick way of just doing it. So then you just start the quest with this massive octopus, and it kind of looks like this. And then I just start with Arrow Rain, and with this pet I just use the rebirth skill she has, which attacks 2 of these, so I'll just do that. And I think I didn't actually put on the bow I should have used. I will explain in a minute, because I've seen that I missed one of them, and I usually never miss, so I probably messed up a bit straight away. But either way, I'll also explain that in a second, once I just finish here. So then I just let them go in their own ways and attacking these things until I finish. And then the last one I just randomly hit it because that's the last one. And then that should be really it. As I said, you can do it 3 times, but because I only had 7 keys and it takes 5 for each try, I won't be able to with this character. But I will open this, and I got 1 5x Holy Experience Potion, which is not that bad. So I said I have the wrong bow on. So although they look like the same bow, this one is actually a combined version of this bow, because I got a lot of them from some packs in Item Mall when I was trying for Snow Girl. And Crescent Bow, which is actually this one. Now with Crescent Bow from IM, if you have it +3, you do not miss when you attack any monsters, so that's really great to have, although the stats are not very great, but that +3 is just brilliant, and it has a 32% chance of critical. Now I do love the stats of this usual bow, which, as I said, is given in one of these packs. Either way, it does give a lot of HP and speed, so I use it usually with the daily PvP. But for these other daily events, I usually put the Crescent Bow. And as I said, it looks like another one because I used that weapon molding thing, this one, the weapon model, when you combine one weapon for how it looks, and you get the stats of another one. I thought it kind of fit the whole look of the character, so if I had a lot of weapon models, I said why not. Anyway, so now that I put this bow on, I should probably be good to go with the rest of the characters. And I'll quickly just shift through all of them, and I'll probably leave it on fast forward because it's literally the same thing over and over again. And on this one, I suppose I can only do it once because I had only 5 keys. So I'm just gonna start the fight. And I'll go back to this one to use the arrow. And because this bow doesn't miss at all, it does help me a lot. On my lower character, I also have a crescent bow +3, and I do tend to use it a lot even in daily PvPs, because you can hit a lot of characters at once. And if you're lucky enough and you have a lot of strength, you can actually do quite some damage. I think the critical strike kicked in over there because I killed him in one go, which was great. Now on this one I got an experience pill of 5,000 experience points. But once again, it can be used once you're reborn, so I'll just use it on my snow girl. And I'll get out and pass it on to the next character. So I'm not sure what I got on that one. I must have gotten one of this, I think. Yeah, I think it was one of those. So in this one I got a mini HP bottle, which I'm not a fan of. And because I have more keys, I can probably go 2 more times, so I'll make it quick. And a forgotten scroll, apparently. I can tell I finished all my 3 attempts because the cave stays open and you can't put any more keys. And if you go through, there's no monster, so. Alright, I will disband my team. And I will most likely stop the remotes. So usually the next thing that I do is this other daily sort of event, which can only be done once a day, but also another thing which can be done 3 times a day. Now this is also done with my own team. I don't usually ask for help on this one, so I can just do it whenever I have my own time, really. Okay, so I usually put my captain, and I shouldn't have opened that because I have to have this open so I can see. As soon as I click create on this event, I have to go and quickly join, because if there's other people around, they will try and join that fight. And I better recharge my characters, well, heal them really. Yeah, so if there's players online, usually they will try and jump to help. I do love the rewards on this. I'm not quite sure what's all of the rewards you can get, but the ones that I've gotten so far, like experience potions, some time mantles and some other stuff, were pretty great. So I want to see what else I can get. So I'm just gonna quickly jump on that, and as soon as that's done, the quest starts. And the first part, sure, it's pretty easy, it looks easy. Now this is gonna be a series of 3 fights, actually. The first one is relatively easy, I suppose, but the next ones are not so easy because there's a lot more pirates and they do have quite a bit of HP, to be honest. So let's see what I can do. Alright, so after that first fight, you wait a few seconds and you're put into the next one. And the next one already looks a bit more complicated, where you have some character which kind of looks like Zoro in a way. I don't know if it's the same one really, but it does look like him. So I usually try to aim and kill him first, and then I just go for the lower characters, lower pirates. And then the last one is the last fight, and once again the strategy I got is, well, this little guy in the back, the one which I'm gonna attack with all of my characters at the moment. So basically the one in black or dark purple or whatever used to be triple the size, but I think because of the English patch the guys actually got rid of all the bigger characters, because when there's bigger characters you can't see where to click, so this is a lot easier. Alright, so that was the, I guess, more complicated one. So in this one I got 3 capsules which randomly give you a +1. So on this one I got an M attack, I don't need that, an Agi or speed, whatever, and 1 more on attack, which is not that bad. On this one I also got the same capsules, so I'll use those. I got 1 for mana def, 1 for speed, and 1 for attack. Okay. Alright. On this one I got 2 offline training potions. So when you do the offline training you can also use potions, the pole potions, and that kind of gives you extra experience. And on this one I got, oh, a pure chaos crystal. I haven't seen this one before, but I guess it should be used with items which already have quite a high whatever this is. And the last daily event, which I usually do second, is also on the same page as the last one. And what I basically do is I start a team once again. So from this one where I've done the one against the pirates, I can also do a team which you kind of team up with your own team or with other players to play against other players. It's rare that I found opponents against which I lost, but it does happen. And having 4 players, it's a bit complicated because I don't like long PvPs, but there's that. Otherwise, I usually just pair up 2 characters with 2 characters, so it keeps it a bit easier. But anyway, I'll just try one with 4. So I'll join myself, and that's great. Now I'm being paired up with some random opponents, and hopefully I can win. So, as I said earlier on, I quickly judge if the characters are pretty flashy, and if they are, I usually have a feeling that I might not actually do very well in the fight. For example, that guy over there with the wings is pretty flashy to me, but it seems I actually wiped him out, which is not bad. Now that guy has a bow, which means he most likely will use arrow rain on me unless actually I kill him first, which is even better. And because he was a fire, he probably has a lot of attack. So arrow rain from these opponents in this scenario can be pretty deadly if I don't go first, basically, to kill them first. So I guess I was pretty lucky with this match, because it didn't seem like I was against that great people. The rewards are typically kind of the same that you get in the daily PvP, but instead of the green gems you actually get pink gems, which can be used in the special part of the store with the pink gems, and you can buy a bunch of stuff. Because I didn't used to do it every single day up until recent, I didn't earn enough, and I really wish I could earn enough to actually get something like this. I think you get only 1 item, of course, from the whole box, but it would be really cool if I could get any of these items, really. I sometimes just use it to buy the pole potions, and you can buy 1 thing a day basically from here. And I guess I got capsules again, so yeah, it's pretty much the same kind of rewards. I'll try to do the last 2 fights as well. Hopefully I actually get matched with weaker opponents so I can quickly do it and not bother too much. So I've done that one as well. I got my stuff, and now should be the last fight, and hopefully it goes just as well. Well, I have to say this one didn't go as bad as I thought it would, which is great. None of them did. And that's usually all the daily stuff there is to do, and all the daily stuff I can do. If I had more keys, I could do all of the octopus 3 times for each character, but because I can't do that, oh well. Now, when I made the video 2-3 years ago now about getting started on the game, these things were not a part of the game at the time, So there was no daily PvP, I think, or if there was, I didn't really go into it much. And there was definitely no daily octopus, I think, and also there was none of these. So yeah, I wasn't quite sure how to explain these events, but probably just going through them, it kind of gave you an idea of how they work and what you gotta do. And yeah, that's about it. If you do decide to play, then I wish you good luck and have fun.